The fact that her boyfriend laughed that hard makes this video so much funnier. Regretting decision in 3, 2, 1. And you thought your job was awful. To be honest, we've never seen a real-life octopus squirt ink at someone.
Bro, that's not...
Take a photo on the reef, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Meanwhile, you're trying to pull algae out of your behind. Is your backpack heavy? Nah, I got it. Whoa, I don't got it. Where nature goes, yeah, nope. No, George, don't build a wall. We can grow plants on the front side of the pool. Well, I know where I'd plant my foot. She learned to figure skate and she wasn't even wearing ice skates. That's Canada for you. This is God's way of telling you, don't go for the additional fun activities on vacation. Okay, now that I'm done with my 9 to 5, it sure would be nice to get my tan on. Hey, there's a nice spot, but a guy's sitting on it. Oh, to hell with him. Hey man, move! Ah, that's more like it. The trick is to drink the beef can after it bounces off the wall. Well, she drank something. When you don't reply to your girlfriend's texts in the same millisecond. But this time, nature went, okay, you get a pass. And that's the story of how this bird saved the driver from a $300 ticket. When you find out that your dad left the keys in the car and he passed out on the couch. When you joined the army, but then you remembered about your spider phobia. Oh, what we wouldn't give to see the look on their faces when they saw the cop car. She saw the ice was thin and she went, nah, it'll hold me. When you don't see the sign that says, keep out. And just like that, the Wii sales have increased the sales of TVs. This is called Leidenfrost Maze. The beads you see floating on the surface of the maze are droplets of water. They're moving thanks to heat and ridges. But how exactly? Well, you're going to have to ask these guys for that. Take your volleyball friend bowling, they said. It'll be fun, they said. Meanwhile, you're trying to cover up the moose head on the bowling lane. Egg fried rice is hard to make, especially when the eggs grow a mind of their own. Cats don't like water, and they don't like snow either, but this dude had never seen it before, so he thought this was the new, friendly snow. The driver in the video fell unconscious in the middle of an intersection. One of the people noticed them and rushed over to help. As soon as the other drivers realized what was happening, they quickly got out of their cars and rushed over to help. One of them was even a nurse. Okay, we don't know which pack of gum this girl's ear came out of, but she should definitely get that thing checked out. Oh god, don't go around freaking out your social media followers, they know an ear can't do that. Everyone, meet Max Zeng. He's a student from Singapore, and he is a biochemistry major. Basically, he carried his entire Imperial team on a quiz show in the UK. His IQ must be like 160,000. And if you say how is that even possible, we'd like you to name one person that knows the states in India and their capitals by heart. Well, this dude knew them all.
Imperial Tsung.
Chennai and Tamil Nadu.
That is correct.
This is what happens when your dog gets loose from his container at the airport, just as they're loading the luggage. And believe us when we tell you, loading crews don't like chasing after dogs on the runway. Have you ever tried filming the police in jail? Well, this girl did, and we don't think it went that well. This is why you should always fasten your seatbelts, because if a plane performs a zero-gravity maneuver, you'll smash that like button, just like you should do if you haven't done so already. But no, in all seriousness, you'll find yourself in the International Space Station. This lady went out of the parking lot and heard her car farting. She got worried and posted a video of her car online. But apparently the car ate a lot of Brussels sprouts the night before and it had a lot of gas.
And it never made this sound until I left my work parking lot.
When they call the wrecking crew and you're still living in the house, this raccoon was unharmed, physically at least. His mental state, however. This is what happens when stunt people decide to get married. At least they can write a caption that says, "This wedding was fire!" How do you know your baby can't wait to get out? Well, if he's trying to poke through your belly button like this one, you're pretty sure it's an enthusiastic baby. You go out for drinks and then you have to rush back home from the bear police. This is how dogs check to see if a bird is alive or not. Don't worry, the bird flew away and is unharmed. James Jean is a professional archer. This is the first time we thought an archer could actually beat a modern-day sniper. This happened to us with a ketchup bottle once. We left it in the sun for about 3 days. This is what happens when you order a Nissan sports car from AliExpress. It looks good on the outside, but then... Take ancient Rome and the horse-drawn chariot races, and then just bring those into the 21st century. This gives out some crazy Ready Player One vibes. After everything that happened with the crisis, bats are frightened to death. They hate being blamed for everything.
Hello?
Get a dog, they said. It'll guard the house, they said. Meanwhile, you're trying to get him back into the house after scaring the living daylights out of him. No amount of biscuits will ever get him back in. This cat has just discovered that his owners were filming him without permission. He's not happy about it. For the past 40 years, this man has been growing his portable bonsai tree forest. When a seagull tells you, "Stop filming me," you better listen up, bud, otherwise you might go home without a phone. To all of the flat earthers out there, how do you think this is possible if the earth is flat? For the rest of us, photographer Eric Brummel used a stabilized camera to capture the Earth's rotation. This is a microscopic view of a cell. It's been in contact with soap. The chemicals disintegrate the membrane and the cells fall apart. Have you ever heard of Bernoulli's principle? Well, this man used it to blow up a giant plastic bag by blowing air from a distance. That way, the air around the bag gets sucked by the small jet of air created by your breath.
One big breath.
Have you ever held a belching contest with the guys? Well, whoever won, this girl has him beat. Just listen. It's sad that we're not nearly as smooth with girls as this homeless guy. Just listen to his pickup lines.
You ever date a homeless guy?
No.
After the date, you can drop me off anywhere.
If you go to London, England, you will see a lot of houses that have windows covered with bricks. The reason for that is simple. In the past, there was a window tax in England, so people covered them up so they wouldn't have to pay a lot to the state. If you've ever wondered how airports load luggage, this video will explain everything you need to know. When sailing across the North Sea, this one man managed to film day and night at the same time. That's what happens when you have 6 months of nighttime. Apparently, there is this alien-like fabric that you can write on using a laser. The writing is permanent and the shirt will glow in the dark. The bird you see is a black heron. The reason they're forming a teepee with their wings is to block out the sunlight reflecting on the water's surface. That way, they can fish without a problem. This is why your parents told you to watch where you're going. This dog wanted to watch the birds instead, but then he met with Mr. Car. The girls turning around gracefully in the commercials have special glasses that are glued to the tray. You? Well, you better get that mop or another order of cocktails. The thing that you see rising like some alien substance is actually aluminum amalgam. To get this, the scientists poured a few drops of hydrochloric acid into a hole he drilled in the aluminum. Once the oxide layer was removed, he layered on the mercury, and with a special time-lapse, it's alive. First world problems. You charter a jet and you forget to close the trunk. Well, someone will get a goodie bag full of socks, underwear, and a t-shirt or two. It's not a demon cat, it's a cat that was born with hyperextended rear legs. Oh, who are we kidding? This is some nightmarish stuff. Glitch in the Matrix? Nah, man, this is a cheat code. Thanks for watching, guys.